Hey there, it's Brittany Chambers and I'm back with Jesse James Beads today, and we're going to be using this wonderful winter mix sparkle season to make 5 different pairs of earrings. All I'm going to need is some findings from my stash. Everything else is going to be in this little bead mix. It's got some gorgeous sparkly beads, so we're going to make some gorgeous sparkly earrings. All right, for our first pair of earrings, we're going to make a little abstract Christmas tree. We just need these 4 beads, a head pin, and an earring wire. I'm going to take my Stardust filigree bead and put that on my head pin. And then I am going to stack on our 2 wire curly Q beads, making sure they kind of stack together instead of move off to the side, because they're pretty open. They might go a little wonky. And then we're going to load on our bling ball, having that settle right in the middle of our wire beads. And I'm kind of pushing down a little bit to keep everything in place, and I'm going to hold that wire in place while pushing down with my round nose pliers. We're not going to wire wrap these. Super simple. We're going to do a simple loop. I'm just going to turn my head pin 90 degrees, fold it 90 degrees. I'm going to take my nippers and cut off most of the head pin, leaving about a 1/2 inch. And then I'll take my round nose pliers and roll that back toward the earring to create my simple loop. And I'm going to make sure that that's pretty tight, because that'll hold everything in place and our little wire beads won't move around at all. And I just love how it comes from wide to narrow, going in a slope, so we're creating a little Christmas tree. Isn't that super duper cute? We're just going to take our earring wire, open this up, and you have a less than 5-minute pair of Christmas tree earrings using your mix. And there is our pair. Super pretty, and it's going to grab the attention because of all the sparkly surfaces on these beads. Next, we're going to make another mixed metals pair of earrings using this awesome rounded metal bicone, a silver crystal snowflake, and another one of these bling balls. I am going to take a ball head pin and create a dangle using the bicone. Just take my round nose pliers, bend that ball head pin back, reposition the pliers, bring it back around, and now we have a 1/2 of a loop. And then I'm just going to bring that piece of wire to the back. We'll straighten that out a little bit, and then I'll hold the loop with my flat nose part of my plier, and then pull the end around itself to make a wire wrapped loop. Okay, we'll trim our wire. And then I have some 22 gauge German style beadle on wire, and I'm just going to cut a little piece and make a connector out of my snowflake. I'm going to go ahead and do a loop here. And before I close it, I'm going to hook on my bicone and then wrap it around itself. And snip. And then we'll put our snowflake on. Do the exact same thing at the top. Wire wrap closed. And we'll repeat those steps for the bling ball as well. And then we will take our ear wire, swing that open, swing that open, put on our earring, and then swing it closed. And we have another wintry pair that's perfect for every day of winter. And it's longer and a little bit more blingy than our first pair. All right, our second pair, I'm going to use this awesome deer or reindeer that's in the mix, and I'm just going to take my pliers and very gently, and I do mean gently, do not apply a lot of pressure here, just straighten that loop a little bit. It was just bent in, and I just took the littlest bit of pressure and stood it straight up. I'm going to take my little deer, another one of these wire beads, and this Shambhala bead. I have a jump ring and some 24 gauge artistic wire. I'm going to take my jump ring and attach my deer to my wire bead. Go like that. And just choose a place on the wire bead. Now, do not choose the part where it's connected, because if this comes apart, your charm will fall off. I am just going to go right here and close that up. So we have our little deer hanging from our wire bead, which is super duper cute. And then I'm going to do the same technique that we did on the last earring and create a connector by doing a wire wrapped loop here. Putting my Shambhala bead on the wire, and then attaching our wire to the curly wire bead. So I'm coming down here, making sure that that loop's large enough to go around the curly wire bead, and then putting it on across from where the deer is. The deer's right here. I'm going to go on this loop right there. You can use a jump ring if you'd like, but I'm just going to use my pliers here and my wire. And we're just going to go around that wire just a few times and snip, and then grab an ear wire, open that up, and we have our third pair of earrings. Again, really quick, but so cute. When was the last time you saw a reindeer pair of earrings that was this sparkly? Last two pairs of earrings are going to feature snowflakes. I'm going to take this snowflake, an oval bead, white oval bead, and a cage bead, and my 24 gauge wire. Going to come through my snowflake here, do a little wire wrap around itself with the shorter end around the longer end. Slide on my oval. Do a wire wrapped loop. Snip. And then take a jump ring and then attach my crystal to my cage bead. And then we'll take one last jump ring and attach the cage bead to an ear wire. And here is pair 4. All of these earrings are using the same basic principles of wire wrapping, but they look so wildly different because all the components are so gorgeous and different. Our last pair of earrings is going to use this almost like chandelier type connector. This very long clear crystal bead, the snowflake bead cap, a ball head pin, and 2 8mm jump rings. Going to wire wrap my little crystal bead, or a very large crystal bead, I should say, and then we'll connect it using the jump rings to the chandelier connector. And we'll snip. I am going to grab my jump ring, put it through my connector, and then connect my my crystal. Then I have some 26 gauge artistic wire in gold. I am going to cut off a piece, take my snowflake, and I'm going to thread my wire between 2 of these sections right here. So put one end of the wire here, the other end here, and then I'll pull it so it's looped itself around my snowflake, and we have our pieces coming out the back. And what I'm going to do is make a bail. So I'm going to twist it a little bit so it kind of forms one wire. It doesn't have to be too tight. We just need the wires to stay together for a little bit. And then I'm just going to do a wire wrapped loop to make my bail. So I'm going to take my pliers, spin back, reposition, come back over. Okay, and then that's a little too tall for me, so I'm going to pull that to the back. But then I'm going to move my pliers down so that the loop is a little bit closer to my snowflake. Okay, so it's just coming over the top of that snowflake. And then I'm going to hold my loop with my pliers like we did before and take the ends and wrap down toward my snowflake. And that's going to eventually hold it in place. Now it's coming off to the side. That's totally fine. We're going to be able to finagle it back in place like this. And then we're just going to snip the wires, grab our second jump ring, slip it through our connector, and then I'm going to hang my snowflake from that connector, or from that jump ring. Then I have an earring wire. And we'll put that on the jump ring as well. Close that up. And we have our 5th pair of winter sparkly earrings. Super fun. Lots of bling on all of these pieces. and pretty easy to make. So I will make sure to include some photos. Again, the mix used today was the Sparkle Season. Jessie Jane's Beads has wonderful curated mixes that allow you to make several pieces of jewelry out of one mix. So I hope you enjoyed today's earring blitz, and I'll see you next time. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye. Yeah, now we've got the blankie on there. It's so cute. Happy Thanksgiving. We love you. Yeah.